Hi everyone, another day, another share. I'm going to do a different type of share today instead of showing you products. Last week I mentioned that I was getting ready for quilt shows. I've been invited to quite a few, and when the pandemic started, my husband said to me, he says, you don't need to cut meter cuts off the bolt or pre-cut your fat quarters for sale. He says, I'll put fat quarters on the website so you can sell fat quarters through the website, and then you don't have to, you can just cut them as you sell them. But now that shows are starting, I have to get all my inventory prepped to be able to take my fat quarters and maybe meter cuts to the show. I do not take my bolts to the show because I do not have the space in the size booth that I choose to rent, and I also do not have the extra labor of hands, right? It would take two of us for me to bring bolts and have one person cutting and one person on cash and serving customers. So because I do the shows completely by myself with no help, I cannot take bolts with me, unfortunately. I wish I could, but I can't. So I cut and prep these meters. I'm going to show you what the store looks like, because it looks like it looks like chaos. As far as I'm concerned, I like everything in its place. I don't mind mess. When my clients come to shop in person, I don't care what if they put the bolts back or not. I don't care, because after they leave, I have a few moments to clean things up and get things organized for the next client. So I'm going to turn this camera around and I'm going to show you what's been going on and what I've been prepping to get to the show. And it is a mess around here because there's bolts off leaning up against the shelves, waiting to be cut and prepped and packaged and everything for the fat quarters, because I package. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a few seconds. I'm just going to turn the camera around, okay? Just give me a second. So here we are, and I'm standing at one end of my store, and you see some empty shelves. Those fabrics are here waiting to be scanned into the system so I can print these really nice labels that my husband's designed. And so this is what I would take. I would take a rolled meter and 2 to 3 fat quarters of every SKU in a collection. I have jelly rolls. I have collections I have to cut jelly rolls in. I have beautiful kits that I've been working on, placemats and stuff. So placemats like, oh boy, like that. And I have barbecue season placemats, all sorts of things. Okay, I have done a placemat like this, and I'm hoping to have time next week to be able to do, just before the show, to be able to start cutting. This is the last Christmas one, I think, and then there's this one. This is like flamingos and tropicals, really summery like, and I'm hoping to do more. So right now I have fat quarters here. I have fat quarters of the collections lying here. I got bolts out of the things because these ones are waiting to go in, but I need to cut more off to make room. I have fat quarters on the floor and stuff. These are waiting to be cut, these bolts here. All this stuff is done, so I've gotten all this stuff done. And this, this is all done. I have some of this left to do, some of these fabrics. This is the Christmas fabrics, this one and this one. And these I have to still prep fat quarters and meter cuts of everything. So I'm almost there because I've gotten quite a bit done. And I got the Tilda. This is Garden Life, and this is Cotton Beach. They're all ready to go. And this is the pile. This is the pile. My husband was on Amazon, and he hates Amazon. And he went on Amazon. He's looking for baskets for me he bought me a few basket and storage containers. Because every fat quarter, I do not have physical space on all my shelving. I only have these two towers that hold fat quarters. I have this one, and then over here I have this one. And unfortunately, I can't get more of those in the dark blue. They do not make them anymore at IKEA. So I only have the two. And so, and I have way more fat collections than what would fit on those two shelves. So we have to, when I'm not at shows, we're going to have to find a method of storing them. So right now, this is what is going on in this shop. I'm just anxiously getting everything cut and prepped and ready to go. I'm just storing things anywhere I can get them stored. I'm going to fill that up eventually, and that space up is almost full. That space down there behind the bolts is full. And this is the flannel I have, and I have a panel that goes with it. I have a couple of the fat quarter clubs that didn't sell. And that's a subscription, and you get 6 fat quarters every month. And if you subscribe for 3 months, you get a percentage off the regular price. If you subscribe for 6 months, you get a bit more percentage off of the regular price. So it's really worth subscribing for 6 months, and it's automatic. You get charged on, let's say, for example, if you decide you want to subscribe this month on the 17th, well, in May you'd be charged on the 17th, and then I would ship it out to you ASAP. So there's no start date or end date to ship. I do it date, you pay, you receive. It ships within 24 hours. So I have been working very hard to bring in collections that people will be interested in. I have expanded since COVID has happened. I just got down this center, hold on. So down this center here, I only had 4 bookcases back to back. So 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. My husband said you can't have anything on the floor, so he bought this bookshelf, and the other side is another bookshelf of the same size. So now I have 3. Before I only had 2. So now I have 3 down the center. So I think I can't add anything more in this space, but I do have space here, and around the corner we added this space. So, and here's all my wide backings. I'm going to have to prep all this fabric too, has to get prepped, but this is all my wide backings. I have some creative grids, I have some creative grids, stripologies, the medium and the large. I've got a rotary cutting mat, so it's rotating cutting mat from Sue Daly. I have these from Sue Daly. I have these design boards that you can carry around. These are great if you are doing one block at a time. You can lay everything out. There's 18, I think they're 18 by 18, and I love mine. I use mine all the time because it's great to go from the cutting table to the sewing table, and I have all my pieces in order, and then I can pick up 2 pieces, sew it, and put it back down, and make sure that I sew all my little pieces in the correct order, and then I'll end up having less picking. Right now I have some batting in this corner, and then I just got in this mini iron. Now these Oliso mini irons are amazing. I love mine. They come in different colors. Right now I have this teal turquoise, I can't remember what color they're calling. It's like a blue. I have one. They're not cheap, I will grant you that, but they're strong steam. They're really, really good. They get super hot and stuff. And then I have all this thread here. So let me just turn the camera around. Give me 2 seconds. Look at the mess on the floor. Like, we just got piles and piles of fat quarters. And we still have quite a bit to do before the end of the month. So let me just turn this around. Oop-a-die. So here we are. I'm just got the batting behind me. So I'm trying to get organized so I can do a couple of tutorials soon. I have been super busy trying to get the shows booked and get everything ready to go to a show. I haven't done this in 2.5 years. The last show was in the fall of 2019, and I haven't. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about the first show because I think I'm a little out of shape, and there's a lot of walking back and forth to bring all the goods in from the car to your booth. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that. Get everything set up in a timely manner. I think they're allowing me to set up the night before, or the day before, which makes a huge difference. I don't feel as stressed. So I will see you on the next day, another share. And I hope you had a great Easter weekend last week. I hope the spring weather is enticing us to go outside and get some fresh air and take your little quilting blocks with you, and you can hand quilt or hand piece or whatever you enjoy doing. Sometimes in the summer I take my my travel machine and I have a travel table to put the machine in, and I go and set up on my deck if it's not too windy, and I do a little bit of piecework that way. I've done that a couple of times since I've gotten the table in the new machine. So I hope that you guys are having fun, and we'll see you on the next day and share, and happy quilting. Bye bye.